Hey everybody, it's Kim Hawk, and I'm known as YouTube's fairy godmother of real estate. And we have some really exciting stuff that we want to share with you, especially if you have any interest with Walt Disney himself, because this next year it's the 100th anniversary of the Walt Disney Company. And so my dream team with Near Disney, we're right here in the studio today in Celebration, Florida, the town that Disney built. We'd like to know, where are you guys from? Where are you watching from? Some of you, I believe, might be watching through Facebook. Some of you might be watching through Living Near Disney World. We want to give a shout out as well to Streaming the Magic. We are the official realtors for Streaming the Magic if you haven't gotten a chance to check them out. But today we've got a lot of great content in regard to a theory that we have. I'm going to stay, if you'll stay with me until the end of the show, I'll be here to answer any of your questions. Love to hear if you agree or disagree with what my dream team has proposed. But I think it's an exciting show, and I can't wait to get back with you at the end to answer those questions. Feel free, please, to subscribe and like to the Near Disney YouTube channel if you haven't already. But let's go ahead and get ready. And please, once again, let me know where you're from. Take care. Oh, here we go. It's trying to get on up there. Let's see. Here we go. Hey everybody, it's Kim Hawk, and I wanted to tell you we are on part 4 of the 6-part series of a theory that we have about Walt Disney. We think it was much more far-reaching than just the theme parks. So what are we going to talk about this week? We're going to talk about St. Cloud and how it's connected to Frontierland. I think it's going to be pretty interesting. Stay tuned for more information on St. Cloud.
Here in Florida, we have something special we never enjoyed at Disneyland, the blessing of size. There's enough land here to hold all the ideas and plans we could possibly imagine.
Beyond the Greenbelt are Epcot's neighborhood areas of single-family homes. This is one radial neighborhood. Here and throughout the community, residents returning from work or shopping will disembark from the Wedway at stations located conveniently just a few steps from where they live. The homes are located in a wide green area that provides light recreation activities for adults and play areas for children.
Hey everybody, it's Kim Hawk, and I'm known as YouTube's fairy godmother of real estate, and we are here in St. Cloud. Now, what do I know about St. Cloud? Some of my favorite people live here. My brother and his family have a home just a couple of blocks away from this marina. Ken Gilbert, who you're going to meet on this video, he's here. I begged him to come live in Celebration, and he said, absolutely not. I love my St. Cloud. And then my fairy goddaughter of real estate, Chelsea Brooks. She knows this area, she lives in this area, and she absolutely loves the character of the homes and the opportunity that you're going to get more land. So what else do we know about St. Cloud? Well, there's about 55,000 people that live here. It is the 55th largest city in the state of Florida, and the average age is 35. I wonder what the 5 is all about in St. Cloud, but I can tell you that most of you might be saying, what's the affordability in Central Florida? Because you've heard all these stories about all of these bidding wars. Well, there's so much that's being built out here in St. Cloud. We want to talk to you about Sunbridge, but there's so much more. And everybody that lives out here, boy, they say they wouldn't want to live anyplace else.
So the history of St. Cloud goes back to 1909 when a developer came in and purchased 35,000 acres for the Grand Army of the Republic. This was basically a fraternity of Union soldiers from the Civil War. So this was really built as a colony of Union soldiers. And what they did was, on the grid system, the north-south streets were all states that were from the Union. Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, New York. And then as the town expanded east and west, they started adding some of the state names to the streets that were from the Confederate. So you can see right next to me one of the many historic markers that's located throughout St. Cloud. They're very proud of their history, where they've been and where they're going. There were so many Union soldiers here that there's actually a cemetery here called the Mount Peace Cemetery, where there are over 400 Union soldiers that are buried, which makes it one of the largest in the entire nation.
Here we are in historic downtown St. Cloud. As you can see all around me, the small town center is vibrating and bustling with the whole town out today. It's full of tons of restaurants that are locally owned and operated. The small 10th Street deli behind me is a hot spot for any local produce and awesome sandwiches. There's tons of shops that are family owned and operated as well. There's a local honey store. There is small antique shops that are run by locals. So if you get a chance, come on out and visit. Lavender Patch is a cute little shop on Pennsylvania that is actually mother and daughter owned and operated. Come on in and check them out. They've got all kinds of beautiful clothing and handbags and soaps. Come out and check them out. As you can see, the city organizes monthly markets like this the last Wednesday of every month, and all of the local businesses and shops come out and come together with the community.
So Theater in the Cloud is the first community theater in St. Cloud's history. What we do is we put on 3 theatrical plays every season. We do that all around town. We put on events. All of the new people that are moving in, it allows us to be here and give them something to do and come out on beautiful Florida days like today.
What's your favorite thing about St. Cloud?
Oh man, the sunsets on Lake Toho. They're some of the best in the world. Like, I have traveled the planet, and the sunsets that are here are absolutely incredible. They really are beautiful.
Well, thank you for talking with us. We appreciate it, and good luck.
Yeah, thank you so much. Come see us at the show.
Make sure that you subscribe and like so that we can continue to give you up-to-date information on all things that are going around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's Castle, because this is truly a magical place to live. So it is Chamber of Commerce weather here in St. Cloud, Florida. The breeze is beautiful. It's about 74 degrees. And here, you're really not that far from the theme parks. I can get to Walt Disney World in about 30 minutes. I can get to downtown Orlando in about 35 minutes. Orlando International in about 30 minutes. And let me tell you something. My brother travels to Universal Studios because he's one of the engineers on some of those really cool rides that are out there. And we grew up right outside of Washington, D.C., so 35-minute ride is not that far at all, especially when you get to see this utopic background.
I'm here with Ken Gilbert, who was one of the first people that I met when I moved here 35 years ago to Orlando, Florida. You're a founding resident of Harmony, which is fairly close to here. Can you tell us a little bit what it was like to raise a family in Harmony?
It was lovely. We really enjoyed the nature trails. We enjoyed the lakes and all it had to offer. We were one of the first 100 people in the town of Harmony. Now there's over 3,000 to 4,000 residents, and it keeps on growing.
So now you live here in St. Cloud. So what took you from Harmony to this beautiful little community of St. Cloud?
We've always loved St. Cloud, and St. Cloud's going to be our forever home. We moved right down the road, about 7 miles from Harmony, and we've been here for almost 4 years. I'm just so excited what the city has to offer and what it's going to bring in the future. The Place for Grace Ministries was founded by my wife and I 12 years ago to help the folks in St. Cloud that needed a hand up, not a handout. We have free GED classes here. We have free computer classes. We give scholarships to local colleges, and we also feed the homeless and needy and give clothing away. We do have a thrift store in here that also helps support A Place for Grace, and all these lovely people in St. Cloud are the ones that donate the goods for these services that get sold. A Place for Grace is somewhere you got to come visit in St. Cloud. It's one of the staples of the city.
One of the cool things about St. Cloud and the state streets as we come down Florida Avenue is each of the houses is a little bit different. You've got some of the older homes that were built in 1910 all the way to new construction as of today. Each one of them has their own personality and their own characteristics. You've got your craftsman style homes, your small Florida cracker homes, you've got the bungalow style homes. There's just a different variety here on the state streets, which is something that you don't find everywhere. It's really awesome to see.
One of the comments that we get in regard to St. Cloud is they love the fact when you've got properties that aren't right up against one another. So potentially quarter acre, half acre lot will make a difference versus a 0 lot line. And so you're going to see a lot of people enjoying having that yard, having that she shed. I love the fact that people can have sheds out here because you're going to need it in order to be able to mow your grass. Welcome to St. Cloud.
Hey guys, we are standing here at the lakefront on Lakeshore Boulevard in St. Cloud. We are on the shoreline of East Lake Toho, which is 2.5 miles of gorgeous lake shoreline. Right behind me is beachfront that they have available with beach volleyball. They also have an extensive parks program in the area. One of those parks is right next to me as well. There's a splash pad with a playground that's awesome for kids of all ages. Well, guys, we're going to give you a little bit of a teaser. We're out here at Sunbridge, which is going to be a gorgeous development. It is something that's going to span 2 counties between Osceola and Orange with multiple neighborhoods. Right now, there are 2 under construction. There is Del Webb, which is a 55 and up active community that's partnered with Advent Health. And then there's Westland Park, which will feature 5 different Florida architectural styles. So this is the start to Westland Park. This is going to be the second phase of Sunbridge. These homes will be very similar to those that you see in Laureate Park in Lake Nona. But the one thing that sets them apart is that it's a more laid-back lifestyle out here. If you don't want all the hustle and bustle of Lake Nona, this would be the perfect spot for you to come and find a home. So if you get a chance to come out and take a look and possibly visit base camp here, they'll give you tons of information, and then stick with me and I'll give you updates.
We all know now it's pretty possible for you to work out of your homes. With high-speed internet, you're able to work, and then you get to have this living environment where you can play and relax and enjoy your life. Make sure you get to visit this marina, and make sure you visit St. Cloud, Florida. So thank you guys so much. Your time is so valuable to us. And for those of you that might be looking to buy a house in the St. Cloud, Florida area, look no further than the fairy goddaughter of real estate, Chelsea Brooks. I want you to give them their telephone number so they can give you a call.
My number is 407-694-1721.
Wonderful. And if you guys would be so kind to subscribe and like, that would be greatly appreciated. And make sure you stay tuned for our next video because I think we've got a lot of good content for you. Have a great day.
So what did you guys think about the video on St. Cloud? You know, when you look at that 25-mile radius around Cinderella's castle, you're really kind of stretching it out a little bit more for St. Cloud, but it truly feels like Frontierland. I've been spending a lot of time with my team over the course of the last year, my Realtor Dream team, and we've been responding to you guys in regard to what videos do you want to see. So please feel free in the comments, let us know. We are finishing up a video on Claremont because we know 1/3 of the Disney cast members like to live out in Lake County. If you're not aware, Walt Disney World is kind of Orange County, Osceola County. And so this Lake County area is not that far away, and it's got a lot of really cool charm to it. And I thought about it when I was going through Claremont the other day and Mineola, that there's so many Disney cast members that have come through the college program. That's where Disney will go to colleges throughout the United States, actually globally, and encourage students to come and spend a semester at Walt Disney World. And so what's happening, I think, is that maybe you have a student that was from Michigan, or you have a student that was Wyoming or wherever it was, Virginia. I'm originally from Northern Virginia. And so if they decide to stay on after that college program, they want to feel like there's a little bit of home. And it's so great, you guys, because, Orlando is flat, but once you start getting up into Claremont and you start getting into Mineola and you start seeing rolling hills, I can't wait for you guys to see that video that's coming up. But in the meantime, Frontierland, I do think, and you got to meet Chelsea, the fairy goddaughter of real estate. She truly is my goddaughter. I love her to death. She lives up in St. Cloud. So what we have is we have some experts that are from that area that would honestly tell you, hey, this is a better spot for what we like to call it is a perfect glass slipper fit. So instead of us sending you with somebody that has no idea of an area, we've got experts. You guys, they are so good. We have a Wednesday night wind down. We call it wind down Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you're going to be able to meet these incredible realtors that I have the honor of working with, and you can ask them any questions at all. As a matter of fact, I'm seeing some comments coming up. St. Cloud is such an ideal location for those folks that like proximity to not only the theme parks, but the beachfront. Oh, good point. And so convenient to the Orlando Airport and Port Canaveral. Oh, what a good comment. That's one of my sharp realtors that's making a comment. So, for example, when you are looking at Sunbridge, which is part of St. Cloud, it's growing into that area. So many of them are saying, gosh, we're pretty close to the beach. And so many of you that might be thinking about moving here, for example, if you're up north, God bless you. If you are in Buffalo, New York, we have a special program that we're rolling out. So call me at 1-800-KIM-HAWK if anybody is in a frozen rotunda right now, and ask me about the special, we're calling it the Polar Plunge program. It's something that we're going to do special for people that would maybe consider flying down to Florida so that we can help identify some properties for you. And if you do, in fact, go to a closing, we're going to provide something on your closing document to help you with closing. Oh, there goes my camera because it's getting a little hot in here, but hopefully you guys can still hear me, and we're going to figure that out. But once again, I'm hoping I'm not losing it and you can still hear. There we go. Okay, I got to figure that. I've got a new fancy camera that wants to shut off every once in a while. So let me see if there's any more questions. Oh, there goes the camera again. So what I'd like to do is I'm going to let you know that next week, if you can still hear me, yes, next week we are going to be talking about the similarities between Liberty Square and downtown Orlando. So we have this theory about these different lands. And we are going to go ahead and close up because I guess if the camera wants to turn off, that means it's probably time for us to say goodbye. But anyway, please give me a call. We will connect you with our realtors if you have any questions. And please subscribe and like to Near Disney YouTube channel. Thanks so much, guys. Liberty Square. Oh, good. Somebody's excited about that. Take care. Bye-bye.